My name is Renovat, a refugee for life, by the fact that I became a refugee when I was a little child. Being born and growing up in wars and refugee camps, these have affected my life, my health negatively. I am now suffering from PTSD, but despite this, I have realized that I am a leader who must give the good I have to the world, then die empty. During my hard times wrestling with my PTSD, generalized muscle body pain and insomnia, there have been a couple of spiritual teachers who have helped me to overcome and cope with PTSD. One of them is Milos Monroe, especially in his audios entitled Die Empty and The Cemetery. Let us listen to him.
Leaders are very unique people. They have a very simple distinction, and that is their thinking is different. Leaders do not think like followers. Leaders used to be followers, all of them. But what made them cross the line was a certain mentality that kicked in somewhere. Something happened to them that made them think differently. And I normally call that attitudes that influence people. If you want to be an impactful personality, you have to develop certain types of thinking and perceptions that change the way you see yourself and see the world. I call this the spirit of leadership. Now, there are only two animals on the planet that the Creator identified himself with. I want you to write them down. And when I read the Bible, I was shocked to find that there are two animals that the Creator identified himself with. The first one is the eagle. The eagle. And the second animal is the lion. And the lion has what I call the spirit of leadership. And this word spirit here is referring to attitude. A leader has an attitude that makes him or her different from followers. And the lion exhibits that attitude. We have to cultivate the same attitudes that the lion has, because the lion apparently has been given the same attitudes that God himself identifies with, and he put it in these creatures. And apparently you and I are supposed to be the king of the animal kingdom, the rulers of all animals. So obviously we have somewhere trapped on the inside these same potential attitudes.
What is the wealthiest spot on earth?
Qual é o lugar mais rico da terra?
It's the cemetery.
É o cemitério.
And why is the cemetery the wealthiest spot on earth?
E por que é o cemitério o lugar mais rico da terra?
Because buried in the cemetery
Porque enterrados ali no cemitério
are books that were never written.
estão livros que nunca foram escritos.
In the cemetery
No cemitério
are buried
estão enterrados
music that was never played,
músicas que nunca foram tocadas,
paintings that were never painted.
pinturas que nunca foram
Are in the
feitas,
cemetery.
estão nos cemitérios.
The graveyard is filled
O cemitério está cheio
with businesses that never opened,
com negócios que nunca foram abertos,
magazines that were never published,
revistas que nunca foram publicadas,
ideas that never became reality,
ideias que nunca se tornaram
visions that
realidade,
never became a reality.
visões que nunca se tornaram
Are in the
realidade,
cemetery.
estão no cemitério.
What a wealthy place.
Que lugar rico!
The graveyard is a rich place
O cemitério é um lugar rico,
because buried in the graveyard
porque enterrado no cemitério
great men
estão grandes homens
died as alcoholics,
que morreram como alcoólatras,
awesome women
mulheres
who
impressionantes
died as prostitutes.
que morreram como
drug
prostitutas,
addicts.
viciadas em
What a
drogas.
wealthy place.
Oh, que lugar rico.
Why?
Por quê?
Because people took their treasure to the cemetery.
Porque as pessoas levaram os tesouros para o cemitério.
I am afraid
Eu tenho medo
that sitting in your chair right now
de que sentado aí na sua cadeira agora mesmo
is a person
está uma pessoa
who is a candidate
que é um candidato
to add to the wealth of the cemetery.
para acrescentar a riqueza do cemitério.
Many of you in this room
Muitos de vocês aqui neste lugar
are carrying books
estão carregando livros
that you've not written,
que você não escreveu,
music
música
that you've not written,
que você não escreveu,
businesses
negócios
that you've not opened,
que vocês não abriram,
magazines
revistas
that you've not
que
published,
vocês não publicaram,
schools
escolas
that you've not opened.
que vocês não
And
abriram,
you're sitting
e
here
você está
with
sentado
that
aqui
treasure.
com esse tesouro,
And every day that passes,
e cada dia que se passa
you are getting closer
você está chegando
and
mais
closer to the
perto
cemetery.
do cemitério.
You didn't come to this planet
Você não veio a esse
just to
planeta
receive.
apenas para
You came
receber,
here to give.
mas você veio aqui para dar.
God sent you here
Deus te enviou aqui
with an assignment
com uma missão
to fulfill.
para cumprir.
Don't rob us.
Não nos roube.
Don't let the cemetery
Não deixe o cemitério
get your treasure.
pegar o teu tesouro.
Die empty.
The cemetery. Living with chronic pain and insomnia, I always feel that I may die anytime. But after listening to this cemetery audio, I realized that I would tell my story in form of giving to the world, that I must die empty after telling my life story, in hope that it would impact the world in a positive way. Die empty.
The greatest act of leadership
El acto más grande del liderazgo,
is what happens in your absence.
¿qué pasa en tu ausencia?
If everything you've done died with you,
Si todo lo que tú has hecho muere contigo,
you are a failure.
eres un fracasado.
True leadership
Verdadero liderazgo
is measured by what happens after you die.
se mide también con qué pasa después que tú mueres.
This is why true leaders
Es por eso que verdaderos líderes
don't invest in buildings.
no invierten en edificios.
Jesus never built a building.
Jesús nunca construyó un edificio.
They invest in people.
Ellos invierten en personas, en gente.
Why?
¿Por qué?
Because success
Porque éxito
without a successor
sin uno que le suceda después
is failure.
es fracaso.
So your legacy
Así que tu
should not be in buildings,
no debe ser
programs,
en programas,
and
edificios
projects.
y proyectos.
Your legacy
Tu legacía
must be in people.
debe ser en personas.
So the greatest act of a leader
Así que el acto más grande del líder
is mentoring.
es ser un mentor, mentorear.
Who are you mentoring
¿A quién estás
to
mentoreando
take your place?
para que tome tu lugar luego?
True leaders
Verdadero líder
make themselves unnecessary.
llegan a ser no necesarios.
I'm going to repeat it again.
Repito otra vez.
True leaders
Verdadero líder
make themselves
se hacen a ellos mismos
unnecessary.
que son innecesarios.
A true leader
Un verdadero líder
work themselves out of a job.
trabajan de tal manera que se quedan sin trabajo.
So great leaders
Grandes líderes
measure their greatness
se miden su grandeza
by their absence.
en su ausencia, cuando están ausentes.
Study Jesus,
Estudia a Jesús,
greatest leader of all.
el líder más grande de todos los tiempos.
Listen to his words.
Escuche sus palabras.
It is better for you
Es mejor para vosotros
that I go away.
que yo me vaya.
If I do not go away,
Si no me voy,
you won't be great.
no serán grandes ustedes.
My absence
Mi ausencia
is your
es
greatness.
tu grandeza. Wow.
He proved his greatness
Él probó su grandeza
by leaving.
por irse.
He left.
Él se fue.
And his organization grew in his
Y
absence.
su organización creció en su ausencia.
My question is,
Mi pregunta
if
es,
you die today,
Si tú te mueres
as a
hoy,
leader,
como líder,
leaving the studio
dejando
in
el
an
estudio,
accident,
en un
what
accidente,
happens to your organization?
¿qué pasa con tu
What happens to
organización?
your church?
¿Qué pasa
What
con tu
happens to your
iglesia? ¿Qué
business?
pasa con tu negocio?
If it dies,
Si mueres,
when you die,
cuando tú mueres,
you are a failure.
eres un fracasado.
So I encourage you right
Te
now,
animo ahora mismo.
identify your successors
Identifica a aquellos que te van a seguir a ti
and
después
mentor them
y
and
entrénalos.
train them
die empty.
Die empty.